Lunchtime with Ling Ling. Okay, I'm gonna get this voice right just yet. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. I'm going to get it right. First, I want to put out a disclaimer saying there might be some animals hurt in the making of this video because they have been eyeing my food and they are circling the block. So if one gets put down, I pre-warned you, this is not for children to watch. Get back. Now, my plate of food for lunch today is something different. Like I said, I'm finished with the holiday food. I'm coming up and I'm going to show you. This is a fish left over from last night's dinner, some grits and eggs, a southern meal. How about that? Now, the fish is a little scorched at in the middle, shall I say, because you know how you're frying that last piece and the grease is a little bit hot. I didn't turn it down and let it cool off. So this is the last piece that was left, and I kept that one for dinner tonight. You know how as a parent, you let your children eat the good ones, and we take the bad ones. Excuse me. Agua. No, and there is no vodka in my water. Okay, and that's my drink of choice today is water. And one good thing I must say, oh, the children are gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone back to school. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They're gone back to school. Hi! Can I get a work? Can I get a can I get a oh lady to work. Oh lady to work. Oh, they gone back to school. Yay! If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna reach up here and turn this fan on. I'm a little hot today. Oops, excuse me, technical difficulties. That was light. That's a nice little reach for me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start off my lunch. Just telling you what's been going on with me. This morning was a good morning. Started off, I went to the big box store. That's my main thing to do, and picked up a little things. Nothing major. Christmas shopping I gotta do for the children. Wait a minute. This thing is blowing like a tornado. My food shall be cold. Wait a second. Let me turn it down. Ooh, nice little beach. I need a little stair, a little step up for that. So, picked up a few things, and like I said, Christmas shopping pretty much. I've done a little stuff for the kids, nothing major. They didn't want a whole lot, but you know, I'm gonna get them little extras here and there. Get them the main thing they want, and then something extra. Excuse me. Still having trouble with my voice. Me. Testing. Oh, that didn't come out right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm back. Well, I stopped, and on my way back, like I said, I stopped at the big box store, picked up a few things. Clearance. I'm the clearance queen, and nice. I need to pot and repot a few little bonsai plants that I have. I started it about 6 months ago. They've been doing pretty good, and I have one bougainvillea, which is not an inside plant, it's an outside plant. But one of the leaves fell off, and well, one of the little small, tiny little branches fell off about that big. And I decided, okay, let me see if I can make it root. So I put it in water. It started giving me little leaves here and there, nice leaves. And now I looked, and it has gone from no root to a root like that. So I'm impressed. I'm going to pot that today. And I'm going to let it get a little bit bigger and hopefully plant it outside during the spring. So I'm going to nurture her. But first, let me eat just a little of these grit and eggs because they look really delicious. And I put a little cheese in my egg too. Mm. 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 Take a slither of the fish. Mm. 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 Oh, it's going down. It's going down. Mm. Let me clear my throat. Don't know the rights to that song either, but I do love that song. Well, way home from the big box store, I ran into Miss Victoria again. She was standing on the corner when I was turning my right into my community. Well, a little bit before my community. And I saw her, so I said, "Hey, Miss Vicky." And she looked and she wiped her glasses off. And then she saw it was me. She said, hey, girl, hey, girl. So I pulled over and I talked to her for about a good 20 minutes. Oh my God. The intelligence in that lady's voice, and it is just, it's a lot of wisdom there. Still have not talked about her circumstances, and I will not ask her. But she did say that she had boys. She said normally she would be home with the boys for the holiday. They would fry turkeys and stuff like that. So then asked her where she lived, didn't ask anything about the children, nothing at all. But she did volunteer that, just laughing and talking to her. And I talked to her about a good 20 minutes until my phone rang. Hello? Hello? Well, it's a call from Ricky School, that little booger. I found out Friday before the holiday break, well, when they got home, that he may possibly be expelled from school from doing something. Now, he walked in, he sashayed on in, put his things down like it was the thing to do. And that little Nathan was ready. Mama, Ricky about to get expelled. He was ready to tell it. He can't hold water. So Ricky just stopped because he got these big eyes like a deer in the headlight. He stopped. I said, boy, what is going on here? And then Nathan told me the whole story. Now, Ricky didn't tell me nothing, but Nathan told me. So I said, well, I'm not going up there. If you get in trouble, if they expel you, oh, well, so be it. So this morning they get up, get ready for school. Oh, excuse me. So I said to him, I said, can you ride the bus? He said, yes. So he got on the bus. And I said, if they call me, I'm not coming. Well, a little beknownst to him, I came up to the school. So I met with the principal. And she said, well, she hadn't heard about the incident. And if it was something brought to her attention, she's just going to let it go because they had enough time to cool off and go about their business. I said, okay, fine. So I left, thanked her. And she thanked me for coming up there. And I left because I'm one of those active parents. I'm really concerned about my children. Education is the key. I don't care if they say the paper that they're going to collect when they graduate in 4 years is not going to be any good anymore. They still need to learn something. I'm sorry. They need to learn something. He's not even in high school. He's only 13 in middle school. So I'm trying to get him to do the right thing and be a responsible person. And I know I'm not going to place a whole lot on what he did because he's a child and children do things. No, I did some things. I mean, even though the halo is over my head now, I did do some things when I was younger. Not anything to get expelled from, but I did do some things. I cut up and talked behind teachers' back. And when you're not supposed to, I did that. Well, how about that? Did you do it? I know I did. Well, get up to the school, the phone call and talked to them. They called. They said, well, you need to come back up. I said, well, I was just up there. You need to come back up. You need to talk to the wrong principal. You need to talk to the 7th grade principal. I said, oh my God, 2 different principals. Oh my God. Okay. So I luckily I had just finished up and was talking to Miss Victoria. So Miss Victoria she kept talking and I didn't want to cut her off. She knew what the situation was. I told her. And she was kind enough to say, she was very trustworthy. And if I did need her help with the boys, that, she could take them to the library or we could meet at the library and she could help teach them. And I said, well, thank you, Miss Victoria. I really appreciate it. And she said she wouldn't charge me anything. And I said, thank you, Miss Victoria. I said, but, I got this. Well, I am kind of smarter than the average 5th grader. How about that? I'm not as dumb as I look. So, most people underestimate me. I'm kind of smart in my own little way. I know 1 + 1 is 2. Oh, see, told you, smarter than a 5th grader. Well, and I thanked her, and she talked some more, and I let her finish up what she had to say, and I left, and she gave me her number and stuff. She does have a cell phone number. I didn't call it, but she did give me her number, and then I told her we'll come back around lunchtime if she wanted some more of the Thanksgiving food because I wanted to get rid of it. She said, oh, yes, sure. She said, before I even offered her the food, she said, oh, my God. She said, everything was so delicious. Oh, it was just wonderful. She said, you just don't know. I really appreciate that meal. And I said, did you eat everything? She said, I ate everything, girl. I ate everything. I said, well, good.
Then she went on to tell me about some of the other people in the neighborhood brought her food. She said one girl gave her a Cajun drumstick. She injected the turkey drumstick with some Cajun seasoning. She said it was good, but it was so spicy. She said, I well, understand I can't handle a lot of spices myself. So she said that was it. So other than that, somebody else brought her some barbecue. She said that was different. And I said, well, how was it? She said it was pretty good. So that's when she went to tell me about her and her sons. They like to barbecue during the holidays, do the turkeys and stuff. And I told her, I said, well, I thought about a fried turkey, but I know with me and gripping and trying to hold on to a turkey and dumping it in, no, that turkey would slip out of these arthritic hands and down and splash all over me. So I don't want that. Kids, don't try this at home. And adults, don't try this at home. And if you do, be in the backyard in a safe space, somewhere out of the way where there's some pebbles or something in your driveway or something, some dirt or something around, because you don't want that grease to splash. And if it splash, you don't want it to get on you, that's for sure. So I don't play with fire. I'm like Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. I don't play with fire. I don't. There's certain things I'll do, even when I'm putting the fish in, when I'm frying the fish, because I do fry it in the house. It doesn't bother me. We'll open up a window and let the odor out and stuff, and turn on an attic fan. I don't know if y'all know about attic fan, but back in the days in the 80s when they built these houses, my mother has one too in her house, because her house was built around the 70s and 80s as well. They put in your hallway, they put in these gigantic attic fans. They're huge, like industrial fan. And you flip that switch and let these windows up, that thing, and it twirls around and it just sucks everything out. So it takes away that odor of if you burn something really quick, real quick. So I do have one of those. So that does clear out the fried fish smell really quick. So that's it. So I did the fish and everything's good. And like I said, I did not want to even attempt to try to fry a turkey at all. Not at all. Not at all. So that's it. I don't have much to talk about today because I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. They're really gone. They're really gone. And even though I know they'll be back, because I do have to pick up two of them. They'll be back, and the other two will trickle on in. I know, but still, just to have a little peace of mind is a wonderful thing. I mean, when you have children in the house, you have to constantly, even though they're old enough to kind of fend for themselves. I get sandwich meats and pizzas, and Ricky can do all of that, and burritos and stuff for them to warm up, because I'm trying not to stand on my feet and cook all day, all the time when they're home. So he can handle certain things, but just to make sure, you still have to hover around from time to check on them, make sure they're okay. Just don't let them do everything. So that's what I do. I'm a monitor. I'm one of those helicopter moms. I hover over them, trying to make sure they're okay, just in case they do need my help. But that's it. They're gone back to school, and I'm happy. Oh, and then while I was gone on my Ring camera, ring, here come an intruder. Not an intruder trying to get in the house, but that old neighbor. I have a neighbor directly behind me, right back there. He is a hot mess. They've been here for years, since the community was built in the beginning of the late 70s and 80s. And I don't even have to say what the race is. But in the state of Mississippi, it's still a whole lot going on when it comes to races kind of mixing together. I mean, me living in California all those years, I don't even think about it. But I get back here, and the majority of the people in my other neighborhood, the original neighborhood when I first moved back, looked like me, which was fine. Loved it. Loved the house. But like I said, the neighborhood kept going down. And then when I found this house, it is a mix. And the neighbors here, how can I say this? They're friendly to a point. But it's like they're looking like, oh, here come one, and oh, there goes the neighborhood. So, and then I had my active crew, and when I had my other little baby who's no longer here, that little booger, he terrorizes him, but it's not funny, but he terrorizes him. So me and the man in the back, we have a history, and it is not good. Well, he rung the doorbell, and I talked to him, and I told him I was headed to my son's school. I wasn't home. He wanted to know if he can come. He had came a couple of weeks ago to let me know that he wanted to get behind my fence, my yard, and cut down the ivy. Now I have this beautiful ivy growing all up along the fence line, and the fence is the average, um, what is it, privacy fence, which is about 6 feet. But then they extended it up. They added some more because he had a swimming pool, and that's how he started his swimming company, which is not too far from here. He started in his backyard. Well, so he has this big, huge fence that's added on, real stable poles and stuff. Well, I'm just worried about if getting on the fence line and weighing the fence down. I said, okay. I said, well, honestly, with you, I don't know his name. Don't wish to know his name. I said, honestly, I don't. I thought about it. I really like the ivy back there. And I said, now, if you cut it, then I'll slightly be able to see in your backyard. Because there's little thin spaces between privacy fences. So you can see that little space. And I don't want to fool with him. He's put water on my dogs. I saw that food from my bathroom when the hose in my dog. I'm like, Jenny, Buttercup, Mookie. And then he stopped and he turned around. I wanted to tell him, I said, I see you. I see you. But see, I try to keep the peace. That's my kind of thing. I was pissed by that. Oh, trust me, not my babies. And they dropped all kind of little stuff in my mailbox. No threatening stuff, but like incident with the dogs, how they dig along the fence and you need to do something about that. They don't get out and hurt somebody. Number one, you shouldn't be so close to the fence. And they're not bothering you. They're just, they'll peek their head out and come on about their business, come on in. But I fixed the fence and I put some wires down there. Oh, these people in this neighborhood, there ain't no joke. Your yard is not mowed or cut or raked or something. They'll put a red notice on your mailbox. Stick the red notice on the mailbox. And people in the neighborhood know what the red notice mean on your mailbox. This one woman down the street, she's sweet. She rides the neighborhood and she just tag. I'm like, I'm so over these people. So when I came home, I went into the backyard and I let him, I saw him. I stood there for a while to hear what he was saying. But to be honest with you, it looked like they had jumped over my fence and cut some of my ivy. And I know they did, but I can't prove it. But I know they did. I'm not stupid. I go back there. I know ivy on it. It's not gone just like that. I know they did. So I left it alone. And I listened to see what he had to say. But he wasn't talking about me. He wasn't talking about anything. So there was a guy there who was doing the work, and he said, "Well," he said, "Don't worry about it. I see that your ivy." And I told him, I said, "Well, I really don't want to cut it." He said, "I see that your ivy is not really that tall up the fence line." He knew his butt had slipped that man back there to cut it down. He knew it, and I knew it. But I said, "No, it's not that. No, it's not that tall." But that's it. So I'm just gonna cut all at the top, and we're gonna leave it at that. I said, okay, whatever. So the man standing there saying, "Oh, I do yard work. You need some people to do yard work." That's why I have my sons. I said they'll do it, but they're boys, and they really don't want to do. And I get on your roof line, and I have a 2-part roof. One part, it's flat, but it's full of pine needle, and then there's a second part that's steep. And I definitely won't let the boys up there to do that. They can get on the flat part and blow the pine needles and stuff down. He said, "But no, I can get on top of it. That's what we do." I said, "Okay, well, give me a car and I'll let you know." So he hands me the car and I finished talking to the man. He said, "Well, I'm going to have to come by and tell you what's going on in the neighborhood." I don't give a flip. I don't care about nobody in this neighborhood but my family. And I'm telling you the truth. I don't care what Boo Boo the bear is doing. I don't care. It ain't none of my business as long as it doesn't affect me and my children. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. So he was telling me some stuff, and I said, okay. So the man he hands me the business card. He's one of us, and he looked, from what I could see, because he was peeping his little eyes through the outlet. Here we go. He was peeking his eyes through, trying to look at me. So he hands me the call. I said, "Okay, I'll give you a call." "Okay, thank you." And I walk away, and it's just before my hand gets on the handle of the door, he says, the lawn service guy says, "Oh, we can definitely get on your roof. That's not a problem. Do your yeah." I was like, "Is this man watching me?" Now you know he was, because my neighbor, before I walked out, said, "Oh, I like your outfit." I said, "Oh, thank you." He's still a man, even though we don't like each other. He's still a man. He's still a man. But that I was like, I felt like that Bernadette and waiting to exhale. I would have not. Is he watching me? No, I'm not gonna do that because, like I said, I'm not gonna pay you and you try to flirt and look at me. I thought that was a little. I don't want to say disrespectful, but it was kind of, sort of was. But you know how people are. The first thing, they are visual people. He don't know me from a can of paint. And all he's looking at is the physical. I could have the nastiest attitude in this world. He don't know that, but he's looking at the physical. And, but I just shrugged it off and I let it go. So when he comes over to give the estimate, I'm going to treat him like I treat the man. I'm not going to come to the door. I'm just telling him, walk around and give me an estimate and we'll leave it at that. But, he's already showing me who he is, so I definitely don't want him around me. And I don't definitely, I'm just, I hate to say, I hate to say it, but my security is the most important thing to me and the children. And I say that, and I'm not a Scary Spice kind of person. I'm not Scary Spice. I really am not. But I'm telling you, people, you just don't know. This city and all these cities around the world, these people are getting out of control, and you must be aware of your surroundings. You've got to be aware of who comes over your house, who's in and out. Since he's knowing that my sons get up there and do it, so he's probably automatically assuming I don't have a man. So I don't want all that around me. Just, if you're gonna work for me, because I have fired many of people. Oh, I have fire you in a second. Until you go about your business, pay whatever money I owe you, scat. Don't disrespect, don't cross that line. Just do the work. That's what I'm paying you. I'm just paying you to do the work, not me. I ain't got nothing to do with your foolishness and what's going on in your mind, your libido. Your libido ain't my libido, because I don't give a flip. Don't even care. Do your work, do your work, do your work, do your work. And go about your business. So just be aware of your surroundings, people. And I know it's a holiday season, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to take the kids to the mall because we normally do our, photos with Santa. We're going to get out, enjoy the day at the mall, have a good time. I like being in the midst of the feeling and seeing the people walk around shopping, enjoying themselves. But, honey, when I get to that parking lot and go to my car, oh, baby, I'm clutching every hand. I'm telling y'all, stay together. Look both ways, because these people swerve up around you, swoop whatever's out of your hand, honey, and keep on going. Knock you down, run you over. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want any of my babies to be hurt, nor myself or any of you out there to be hurt. Be aware of your surroundings. Somebody approach you and they look sketchy, and especially you ain't got to say stick them. I'm going to throw the bag down. Take it. You ain't got to finish the rest. Take it. Go on. Bye-bye. Ain't nothing in there really. Got by. I can replace everything, but I can't replace me. And I can't replace my children. And you can't replace yourself either. So be aware of your surroundings. It's the holiday season. Get out. Don't be Scary Spice and be afraid to get out, but be aware. When it's nighttime and you caught in that mall, have mall security, even though they old big butt probably don't want to walk you out. Have them stand at the door or something. Gather up with a bunch of people. When you see a bunch of people walking out, if you're by yourself, then go on out. Walk with the crowd. Walk with the crowd. And if you're a single parent with children, please don't just grab your babies and go on out that door by yourself. Walk with the crowd. Somebody's going to come to that door and they're going to go on out and go to that parking lot at the same time. Have your keys in your hand. Be ready to whoop, whoop, and get on in your car. Honey, be safe. Be safe. So get out and enjoy your holiday shopping. And I'm going to chop down on this meal because it's going down. And plus, I need to get Miss Victoria some food. I told her I was coming back around lunchtime. So thank you for watching Lunchtime with Lily. This is just a simple little dress that I purchased. Hold on, let me see if I can give you a good picture. What's going on? Look at them. Up in the chair. They're a mess. Look at them, freaking Fraxine. They're over there plotting. This is a little simple dress. And believe it or not, I bought it on Amazon a couple of years for $5. They had a little sale. And it goes all the way down to the ground. It's really comfortable, cute, has pockets, something nice. And put on my little African turban. Booga, booga, booga. Okay, so peace, love, and blessing. Be good, be safe. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me now? Bye.